Hello YouTube viewers, how the heck are you doing? Jaylbayt here with another episode of Stardrive 2, playing as the Draylock Council, our spies and merchants. Now, can't exactly remember where we left off. It's been a day between there, but I know we were making quite a bit of money. We'd reached 1 trillion credits in our reserves here. Very nice. Another thing that I've done, and I want to thank some of our commenters, was retooled our ship a little bit, the Pelican. It was pointed out that our flat cannons could be moved back and given a wider arc so that they would be always hitting any area that missiles might come in. Also, I switched out the ion beams for laser cannons. The ion beams fire like once every 10 seconds, and they can do up to like 300 damage depending on the range. But the laser cannons fire every 1 second, and they can do 75 damage per second, so in every 10 seconds each one would do 750 damage. So quite a bit more damage. I'm not sure if the ion beams do something different that may have something to do differently. I just don't know. I just really don't see the benefit over the laser cannons. Tweaked our power a little bit so that we would have an infinite supply of power for our weapon draw. Added in some ammo so that we were over 200 seconds worth of flat cannon ammo. Just really tooled it out a little bit. Now, it did increase our cost quite a bit. But I think overall this is a much better ship. I also armored these two flight bays because they have this open exposed area to weapon fire. And this one I kept unarmored because we've got this nice shield here, although they could be open there on the sides here. I hadn't thought about that. Actually, let's go ahead and let's armor this one too. I think that will help. We'll save that. So we've got a nice thing. I also took out a lot of the stuff. Like I took out a bunch of the fuel. I took out the sensors entirely because they really don't matter on the battle map. And we don't need a ton of fuel. Right now it's got 150 fuel. And I was watching some other videos and I realized that your fuel reserve, as far as how far out away from your own system you can go, is based on your fuel in your fleet. So, and you only really need one ship doing sensors. So I figured, why not make a sensor fuel boat? So this ship here has tons of fuel. It has a lot of sensor range. And so just one of these guys in each fleet would give a ton of vision and allow the fleet to go a really long distance. So our fuel capacity here is like 680, and that all gets totaled up. Fuel all gets totaled up with the fleet as they travel together. So you can have ships with lower fuel reserves on your battleships, and then just have one ship here that has a lot of fuel to help carry the fleet into the battle they need to go to. And then once the battle starts, you can just have this guy run away, retreat, and then let the battle commence as per normal. And then he'll sit in the wings, and then once you win your battle, hoping you win, he doesn't actually retreat all the way back to your home planet. He stays with the fleet. So I think these two ships, the Eagle Eye and the Pelican, will provide us a good, solid foundation for a fleet should we ever need to go out and kick somebody's butt, or even just sit at home and defend our place, because they don't have a lot of fuel. So instead of having an Eagle Eye, we wouldn't build that. We'd just build a bunch of Pelicans, and then we'd have fighters galore, and it would be fantastic. So I think these are definitely better ships, just little tweaks, things to help shore up the weaknesses that was on that original design where we were just kind of guessing at things. It was also pointed out, I was asking about the shields. How can a ship have shields with I don't know shields? Well, you can see it's grayed out because we don't, in fact, have the shields. So, no problems there. Alright, let's get out of this thing. And let's go ahead and continue on with our playthrough here. Now, I know we've got a really nice trade going on with both the Opterus. That's going to be 11 more turns. We've got a big, long thing with the Volfar. No problems. I do want to build up some more. Okay, we got a colony ship going there. We've got the Pelican going here. Oh, and soil enrichment. Yeah. I do want to build up another freighter fleet, just so that we have some in reserve if we need it. And I think it's time to start churning out some spies. We have a nice income now, so that spies aren't going to hurt us in our income, and I think it's time to churn out some spies and get them really doing what they're supposed to be doing. Because remember, as the Draylock Council, we are all about trade, which we're doing really well, I think. And we're also about spying, which I think we've been a little bit lacking. We're not about building up huge fleets. We're more getting people in there and showing us where their fleet movements are and sabotaging and stealing all their good tech. So, speaking of tech, let's talk to... I know the Volfar had like nothing, but perhaps the Opterus have some stuff for us to trade for. Oh, they've got orbital shipyards. Quite nice. Solar armor, I don't think is going to be that big a deal. This, I'm sure we can steal. But the orbital shipyard might be worthwhile. If we have something to give them in return. Now, I'm not opposed... That's a lot. Yeah, we don't have any of the giant ones like they do, so I don't know that we can do this. I'm not opposed to giving them like the ion beams we could see are kind of poop, and I don't really care about giving them agricultural stuff because as cybernetics, they pretty much have to value your technologies and theirs at 50% over their normal value. Oh, so tech is going to be hard to trade for unless we have equal tech to give them. But yeah, because they're cybernetic, their population isn't based on how much food they make. So, and they're poor farmers. So, I really don't care about giving them agricultural tech, especially if they don't care either. If it's just, as long as they just value tech, period, that I think will be cool. Let's get some turns going in here. Our fusion beams are almost done. So is our study of the grimdark traverse. Our people of late have been feeling a strong sense of manifest destiny, the feeling that the stars are ours for the taking, and that indeed the future of our species depends upon the securing of a stellar empire that spans far and wide. Oh great, our people are getting expansionist. And that indeed, far and wide, to that end, a cadre of wealthy investors have offered to pay 500 billion credits into our imperial treasury if we can expand our territorial holdings into a minimum of 3 different solar systems. If we can do this within 25 turns, then the payout is ours. Hello, GNN. Did you miss us? We sure missed you. In today's episode of Racial Profiling, we are turning our attention to the curious Chuck affiliation. The Chuck affiliation, a violent race of insectoid creatures with silver tongues, golden teeth, and a winner-takes-all attitude. They're definitely looking strong as this new cycle gets underway. We reached out to ask them what they want to accomplish in the galaxy, and here's what they had to say. Ah, you're some sort of media, yes? And I can see that your production values seem quite high. Perhaps we could come visit your studio. Perhaps you will transmit these coordinates to us. What great friends we could be. Well, that sounds just lovely. But no, I think we'll keep our highly secure broadcasting location a secret from these piratical creatures. That'll wrap up today's episode. Tune in next time for more GNN. Yeah, sneaky. So the Chuck. So we've got the Volfar and the Chuck. Both are kind of warmongery evil races. The Opterus Hive are kind of warmongery. We are in a very warmongery galaxy, guys. This could prove difficult to keep trade and peace alive between us and everyone else. I do like the expansion thing of getting 500 credits, but doing it in 25 turns could be difficult. However, we could just buy our colony ship, which I think we'll do because we have tons of money. And what's our production? Our production is the same in both. Our approval rated here is very low. Oh, because of that scientific experiments. Oh, geez. Yep. We have base amount, improvement maintenance. Improvement maintenance, base amount, entrance. Oh, this is the stuff that we've built on the planet. Income per population, no. Modifiers times 8. No modifiers times 6. Okay. So, yeah, so we'll get this done. No problem. And in fact, no, because I want to be able to buy another colony ship if we get down to the crunch. So, let's see here. So it is turn 101. We need to have 2 more star systems colonized by turn 126. Well, we're sending one to Etho. This one that's about to be built, we're going to send here because we had this medium rich normal G on both of these planets. So these two together I think could be pretty cool to start out a bit of a production planet. Now, do we have any others out here that we can colonize? I think there was one that was large and radiated. Of course, there's this one. You buggers. Tiny tundra, abundant. Remember also we can research that thing that will increase population by 2. So this one might not be bad. It's got artifacts. It's got abundant. Yeah, I think Lothar 3 would be a decent system to colonize as well. Okay, so we'll send one down here to Etho, and then we'll send one up to Lothar 3, and we'll call it good. And we should be able to, depending on how long it takes. Let's go into the build queue. They have soil enrichment queued up next. I really want them to do that because that's going to help our money. So, let's go to Dreliok. And I think we'll move the colony ship to the top. 36 turns to build. Because the Pelican we can always just buy. So let's reduce some of our research to put into production. We only gained 1 production. What is going on here? Oh, I bet it's because people are angry. Yes. Is that for everywhere? That is everywhere. Except for food. Wow, that angry citizens is really poop. I wish we could just buy up their happiness. So, sorry, soil enrichment's going to have to wait. Come on. That also only gives us one extra. Because look at the amount of pollution that gets produced. That's really kind of poopy. Alright, that takes us to 10. And we didn't lose a ton of income with that, so build another colony ship here. So that'll only be 25 turns, which is perfect because we're going to buy it early. And is anybody starving? That's important. We don't want people to starve. These guys are breaking even. Yep. So perfect. So I think we're in a good spot. Let's go ahead and get rid of this then. We'll keep doing our work on a Pelican. And we're in a good space. So let's take the turn. Here's our colony ship. We are going to send it down here to Etho. I wonder if we should... Yeah, you know what? I'm going to... Hostile fleet. Oh, we've got pirates. Perfect. Well, you know what that means. It means it's time to buy up our Pelican. Yep. Pelican is done. See, we can almost already buy the colony ship. You see what having vast amounts of income are worth? Love it. So now we can send these guys down here with a bit of a fighter escort so the colony ship can run away if need be. And then our Pelican is going to be right here. Gruesome results. The results from our decision to expose some citizens to protomolecule. The results were interesting. We divided the test subjects into two groups, dosing one group with the protomolecule and leaving the other as a control group. Gain protobomb. Excellent. Perhaps we can find some suitable targets for this weapon. And we got fusion beam researched. Awesome. Alright, so here's our big Pelican. And you know what? I think we're going to go out and meet this guy because I really don't want them catching up with our fleet here. Alright, new research. So those guys got an orbital shipyard. I think we wanted the orbital habitat so we could add 2 max population to the planets. But is there anything else we want to do first? We're going to be getting spies soon, but I don't think we need to rush that just yet. Pulse cannons, mass drivers, and rail rifles. We got the fusion beams for our fighters, so our fighters are going to be freaking awesome. Yeah, I think what we'll do is we'll just start working on skeletal engineering. Wait, what are some of these things? Main engineering. The power consumption of a ship is reduced by up to 50%. That's really nice. Engine output is increased by 20%. Okay. Advanced warp theory gives us plus 5 AU per turn move speed for all of our fleets on the strategy map. That applies to every ship immediately. So right now, our ships move at, I think, 25 AU per turn. This would jump it to 30. That could be cool. Construction ships to build a subspace projector space station. Tightly focused subspace field allowing for rapid travel along the axis of the field, in essence a highway in space. After you deploy the station, you can select it and right-click it to change the orientation of the subspace field anytime. So this this sets up like a little, I think like a little, like a warp gate, and whatever direction it's facing in, you can enter it with your ship and it'll shoot that ship out in that direction at a high velocity. Could be cool. I like main engineering, but again, we're not really focused on a lot of ships. We are focused on exploration and stuff, though, so I think advanced warp theory or the subspace projectors are going to be best. But until then, I think, yeah, we'll just do skeletal engineering just to get our troops a little bit of extra stuff. And let's see what happens with this pirate fleet. Alright, I think, yeah, see, they're chasing our... I don't like that at all. Trade us your soil enrichment technology or face the consequences. Okay, well, what are you going to give me? Fusion power? Defensive flares? I think they value those high because they're ship module. Well, that could be ship module. Fusion power. I kind of want fusion power. So maybe, oh man, we're already maxed out with this soil enrichment. Any resources? No. Colonies? No. Treaties? Tribute? Non-aggression? I really wouldn't mind a non-aggression pact. So maybe we can give you some money. Oh. No, we can't. Even this we can't do. Our people just don't trust these guys. I don't know, man. I don't know if we have the ability to trade with you right now. Maybe you give us some money. If we take all your money, that's only 135 credits for soil enrichment. And they won't do this. Why won't you do this? It's 5%. It's fine. Okay. Well, I really don't want to piss them off, so I think that'll be fine. We lost out a little bit on that, but on the flip side, man, I hope we can catch these guys. There we go. Alright, let's fight this battle. See how our Pelican does. Alright, so it's going to sit back here and launch fighters. It has a short range. Also, if you guys are wondering, if you want to look at what a ship has, you just hit tab, and that will pull up kind of their specs. And I'm pretty sure you can do that with the enemy ships too, if you're within sensor range. Since our Pelicans have no sensors, we're not going to be able to see it. But I don't think it's going to matter because we are going to own their face. Alright, forward facing, hold position, do it. Okay. Oh. Stop. Launch fighters. Alright. So get rid of you. No. Go, fighters, go. And you just stop. Oh my gosh, look at the damage. So we can zoom in here and look at that. Okay, so I'm gonna turn our ship so that we get kind of our broadsides going, because you can see our shields are getting hurt. Man, our fighters are not doing what as well as I thought they might. So I'm going to get our guys out here. Our fighters are almost breaking through. We're taking a lot of damage. This guy here is trying to break out. Oh man, we got owned. We need a lot more fighters, guys. This guy got did really well. Okay. This guy retreated. Look how much damage they absorbed. Man. Our little wisps. They did a lot of damage, but they don't take much to get killed. So we really need a big swarm of these fighters to make that work. Okay. Well, we suffered defeat, guys. It's okay. That happens. That happens sometimes. Boom. They're going to go attack our... Oh, where are they going? Merchant fleet? I'm not sure. That was kind of poopy. We will get out here to colonize, though. That's good. But that'll all have to happen next time. And we'll have to see what we can do about defending ourselves better from the pirates. Those fighters can put out a lot of damage, but I think we need more than just one ship doing it. So, until next time, guys, I've been Jailbait, and we'll see you in the next one. Live free, game hard.